You know what this week is.
Back to school, back to school, to prove to dad that I'm no fool.
Hello and welcome to Couple Chat.
Where we
Parents.
discuss topics for you.
Parents. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Let's chat. Are we excited?
Yeah.
I know I am.
It's funny because, and I've said this to you recently, how when we were kids, it was like, woo, summer break. Oh, I'm so excited. I get to be out of school, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm an adult with two children. And one of those children goes to school full time. And yeah, summer break kind of sucks.
Yeah.
No offense, Nathan.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily because of him. I think it's just the whole idea. Like, why do you guys get the summer off? Like, can we have the summer off?
Yeah.
Like, we're still going day by day, doing our regular things.
Right.
Like, you guys get to sit around doing nothing. Like,
Well, you can't do your
It's
regular
annoying.
thing because you have kids now. You have to like rearrange your whole life to
Right.
try and figure out how to deal with it in the summer. And usually it means a lot of extra money.
right.
A lot of extra money. And, you know, if somebody told me that a long time ago, that this is how it would be, I mean, I never thought of it until here we are thrown into it, right? I would have like tried to save money for the summer.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy talk.
Yeah. Well, especially because, like, even going for a walk, like, if we want to go to the boardwalk, the parking, the food, the arcade, like, all the stuff that we could do at the boardwalk, it's like you're spending at least $100,
Right.
maybe even more, depending on what you get or where you are.
But then also, you know, you have camp, you know, if you're both full-time working, you got to put these kids in camp or daycare or whatever. And I mean, some of these places, it's ridiculous,
Yeah.
you know?
It's twice as much during the summer than it is during the school year.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Summer fees and whatever they decide. But yeah, ultimately, obviously, we are very excited that school is starting this week.
Yes, we're very excited. We are looking forward to structure again.
Yeah. I think that's definitely part of it too.
We tried to keep it while he was home. We really did try. The quiet time thing, we tried. Yeah, that failed.
Depends on the day.
Doing activities like writing and stuff. We tried that. That failed.
That failed. It didn't fail. It's just
Fell off.
it all depends on the situation, you know. I think it depends on who's doing it with him. You know, we have a pre-K workbook for him. It all depends on who's doing it with him, and it depends on what time of day it is. Depends on if Emma's around, and
Yeah,
you know,
because
there's a lot
like,
of
what do you do
factors.
with Emma? Because you
Yeah.
know Emma can't do a workbook, so what do you do with her? She just sits there.
Yeah, she just sits there. Okay,
Right. No, she's not a potato anymore. We need to get her coloring and
she's just as
involved,
active.
but not really because it frustrates him, or she gets annoying,
Right.
or she gets annoyed.
Why?
Why you do that? Why you do that?
Yeah.
Can't. But
But
yeah,
yes, structure is definitely the thing that I feel like we're missing because our structure is kind of like just totally on us, and like we have to kind of figure out our own calendar where like there's no outside sources that are like helping us build in that structure.
right.
So now that we'll have school back, obviously we have that just built into our calendar, but then also dance starts up for them. You're going to be back in dance too. Just for me, a lot of my clients start to like, you know, come back, and like we have bigger jobs at this time of year. Just it's very interesting how like the school year brings on not just you know, school, but it seems like everything comes back. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of people, even though like jobs aren't off for the summer,
Right.
certain ones seem a little like more lax or different in the summer.
Yeah.
It just things do feel different.
For sure.
So
But we are going in prepared. Last year we paid for school lunch all year, and that was, I mean, it was fine. It was $5 a day, so it was $25 a week depending on the week, and like
I wasn't really fond of what they were feeding him, though.
Well, I was going to say, we like preloaded money. So like the money part was easy.
Yeah.
But like the one day when we went and saw him for his luncheon where he invited the parents and we saw the food he was eating, it was like
prison food.
it was in like a gray tan container.
Yeah.
And the chicken was the same color as the container.
Right.
And it was just like
the worst looking chicken nuggets, some like really bad, like out of a can refried beans.
Yeah.
And that was about it. Like thrown in like a 3-day-old apple. Like,
yeah.
It just didn't look appetizing. If I was him, I would be like, oh, great.
Yeah. I'm shocked he even ate, to be honest.
He didn't really.
He didn't eat that. No, not while we were there. But I'm saying, like, throughout the whole school year, like, did he eat? What did he eat?
Yeah,
like,
it's hard to say.
It's very difficult to understand.
And, there's no guarantee that he'll eat everything that we give him, but he's much better about eating things than Emma is now.
Right.
So I think he'll be fine. And, if you want to say like some of the things you found and, I know you went to Costco and you bought a lot of things in bulk that we can have for a long period of time.
Yeah. So I made it a point to like go there beforehand with him and like we scouted out Costco, having our little snacky poos and going aisle by aisle and be like, Nate, will you eat this for school? Yeah. Will you eat that for school? No. Okay. So, and then we're eating our little snacks in between. And then you sent me to Costco for groceries and he was like, Mommy, we're buying school stuff today, right? Because I had promised him the next time we went, I would buy him school stuff. So that made that trip a lot longer and a lot more expensive. But I bought several things for him. They have the little bites and they were on sale for $10.
Okay.
All they had was chocolate chip and rainbow sprinkles.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-huh. And I was like, these are the worst of the worst. Like, why would anyone want that? So Nate looked at him and he goes, I'll eat the chocolate chip. And then I look behind him and I'm like, there are perfectly good muffins. They're apple and strawberry and they're made of oats.
Cool.
The same price.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not get an alternative that has like a little bit of fruit in it? It's not like this whole big sugary mess. It was a lot less calories, a lot less sugar. Like, why not?
Yeah.
So I went with the alternative muffin and he was like, I don't know if I'm going to eat that. And I was like, well, we'll give it a try. If you don't like it, we'll find something else. But
if you don't like it, then we'll give it to your cousin.
Or your sister or your mother or your father, whoever will eat
Somebody's
it.
going to eat it because it's a giant Costco box. So they have to be.
It's only 24.
Only 24. And the kid doesn't like the first one. So here's 23 of them just, hanging out.
Yeah.
Any other things you bought him that he's not going to eat?
I hope he eats it all. I bought those little fruit cups, like the Dole fruit cups. The peaches, like the mixed fruit.
I didn't see you bought those.
Yeah.
I might sneak and get those myself. What?
Don't you dare.
Why?
Because they're for Nathan.
We have to freeze them, though.
Yes.
That's the only way to eat them.
Literally, I was just going to say, I was going to freeze them because I was going to freeze that and the juice boxes I bought. Because I bought strawberry watermelon juice boxes.
But you want to freeze those to thaw.
I want to freeze the juice box to make sure it's still cold. I understand your concept. The fruit cup is the best when it's frozen because you chip it off and it's like ice cream or like Italian ice.
It's the best.
A 4-year-old is not going to be able to do that with plastic utensils that he gets from school.
Yes.
Or whatever.
I used plastic utensils. What did you get at school?
Well, I always had difficulty with those plastic things. They would break on you. You'd have to get like 2 or 3 more. I'm just saying, for a 4-year-old, he's just going to get frustrated. So I wanted it frozen for him so that it would keep his lunch cold. And then
I don't know if that's going to work.
By the time it gets to lunchtime, it'll be
so
defrosted.
You're using those things as like the
built-in ice pack.
The ice pack?
Correct. Because if I can't find an ice pack bento box, I'll just use those.
Isn't it just going to make everything soaking wet in his lunchbox?
No. It's all internally frozen.
Do you not know how condensation works?
Yeah, but I can wrap it in stuff. Like I could put like a paper towel around it or tinfoil. Like,
gotcha.
It doesn't have to leak.
Yeah, but ultimately, yes, we got
We got
food
a ton of
for him.
snacks. Yeah. Because this year I didn't want to spend the $25 a week on food that looked like you said, like
No,
prison food.
it's not even
it's
that.
not. I'm sure it's nutritionally valuable and blah, blah, blah. They have to be in the schools, I feel like, to a point.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, we did that. And then I held off on getting a new backpack this year just because I knew he's going to the same school. So if he has the same backpack, it's not that big of a deal.
You also had so much trouble finding one that
did.
like worked for what you and him were looking for.
Right. He wanted Spider-Man, and I wanted a Spider-Man backpack that came with a lunchbox.
Right.
Every single Spider-Man backpack came with a oddly shaped like lunchbox. Like, who wants a lunchbox shaped like Spider-Man's head? A 4-year-old,
Nate does.
yes.
Yeah, what?
But the mom who has a bento box specifically shaped like a rectangle for a rectangular lunchbox
Well, that's
can't put that
just-
in a Spider-Man circular shaped lunchbox.
That's preposterous.
How dare I, right?
Yep.
How dare I? So,
boring mom with your boring shape.
so boring with my boring, rectangular lunchbox. There were never any other kinds of shapes. Hence the tin lunchboxes that used to be.
When did you go to school? In 1953? I'm pretty sure we were not bringing tin lunchboxes.
Yeah, but my lunchbox was rectangular.
Yeah, I guess.
Or a brown paper bag, really. I never had a lunchbox. Let's be real.
I don't remember, to be honest.
No, I definitely took it in a brown paper
I
bag.
had one of those like insulated kind of things, but
We didn't.
didn't really.
My mom would get fancy and get like colored brown paper bags.
Oh,
So it'd be like
fancy.
they'd be like the paper bags instead of the brown ones. It would just be like the white inside with like the blue outside or things like that. But they'd still be throwaway.
Gotcha.
But we get cheese sticks, we get other things. So like he'll have all the food groups, and there will be things that I know he'll eat.
Right. Except those muffins. There'll just
Oh
be 23
my
of
lord!
them left.
I hope he eats them, and if not, I will.
You're gonna eat one, and
I'll
you're
be
gonna
the
be like,
victim.
"Oh yeah, these suck."
Oh
so
my
there'll
God.
be 22 of them sitting in the closet forever.
Then I'll donate them to the next class party.
Yeah.
They are gluten and nut free
No.
and soy free, so a lot of the kids in his class will probably be allowed to eat it. Maybe,
There you
who
go.
knows? Allergies are rampant, but we'll see. But I'm very excited about back to school, and
Yeah.
now that Labor Day's passed, and this is coming out Wednesday, and he goes to school tomorrow. It's
Technically, yeah.
insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
And we're going to have his open house. And we just found out today that, we knew he was going to be with his original teacher.
Right. Which he's very excited about.
so
We're
excited
excited about that.
Yeah, same.
She's awesome.
Yeah. But also his original para will be there too.
Yeah. That's
He'll
good.
have both the original teacher and original para.
Yeah.
I think he'll really like that. I think he'll have a successful year. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm excited to see his progress too. I mean, he's already, I feel like just over the summer, just naturally progressed.
Yeah.
Like, he's so much smarter than he was. And
Yeah.
just, the kid changes every day. And now like he'll be back in school and he's like on the cusp of learning how to like really draw. And I just can't wait to see how that transforms. Cause I mean, that's like something I've always loved to do.
Yeah.
And it's a really great thing to focus on,
Right.
whether you're, in a good or a bad mood, whatever. It's just something that's really good to put your mind on.
Yeah, I really like that he loves drawing too. It's nice to see that you and him share that.
Yeah.
He's also, he's very thoughtful. Like he started drawing pictures for friends already, and in anticipation to see them this week coming, like he's already drawn up a few pictures for people, and he wants to give it to them when he sees them. So I'm excited for his talents to grow, and I'm also excited for him to be back in that environment with his friends and his teacher and people who really care about him and who he really cares about.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, let us know in the comments below how your back to school is going and your feelings about, being a little more schedule oriented, being less on the fly, and having a weird freedom that you didn't realize you had when you became a parent.
Yes. I want it back. I want it all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie.
Here are the Hahns signing out.
Thank you so much for listening to Couple Chat. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube Music. You can even subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see this episode in video. Thank you to Hahn Films for editing and producing this episode. Let's chat soon.